All right,
I
Groove.
what am I? You're passing the mic. What am I supposed to do with this microphone if it wasn't you passing it? I don't. Where did this mic come from? Am I in the
Exactly.
Matrix?
Did I bring it? Are you passing it to me or not? All right, with that, Groove, welcome aboard. Have an amazing game too. Bet Nemo, keep it up, and I'll be watching. Curious to see where this goes.
Amazing.
All right, yeah, cheers.
I was. I was. Uh, yeah, kind of interesting. I mean, I think uh, that kelp gold turned out to be a nice little addition. I know I was kind of well, I guess Sim has an affinity for predators. Just just clicked on the Imperial and the Swainsons right away. Um, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now he's a bot. Now this is an interesting starting tray. Like I think we'd agree like clear wagtail. It's got to go. You got to go wagtail swallow from the tray, right? Like if your opponent wants to take the hummingbird and feed your wagtail swallow, let them, right? So, um I think I would be if I'm Sim, I would be, dropping the nectar, grabbing those two from the tray. Maybe they're keeping a couple extra cards so they can, plan on getting the Imperial down. At some point, if they spend the nectar on the wagtail and the swallow, I guess they've got food to get the swallow down, but then you got to make sure you get the wagtail down. I think it's all excessive, really, except the Imperial. I mean, now granted, with the the very small caveat, yeah, smalls in quotes, that I'm not Sim. Um, Personally, like I kind of prefer to give myself some more flexibility early on as far as like I would want the extra food, right? So I think my preference would be going Imperial for food, knowing that I'm going to blow my nectar to grab the swallow and the wagtail, um, and then or potentially, yeah, and then probably go get the swallow down and maybe draw a couple more times or something, see what hits. Or maybe I could see a case for like keeping a spare bird to grab two nectar out of the feeder right away. Um, but again, I'm not Sim. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I early on, like, I feel like one of the big mistakes that, when I reflect back on a game, it is, where I'm feeling like, okay, why did I take this, like, keep this, like, sort of okay thing? It's like early on, you don't have to settle, right? Like, early on, get your strong, in most cases, I mean, wood duck or something, obvious exception, right? But in most cases, it's like, get your wetland bird down, do a bunch of digging. Anything that isn't great, why are you keeping for the sake of, it's like that has a real cost in terms of food. And um, so yeah, we're totally same page here. Maybe they just want us to admire. Now, I don't speak or read a word of Mandarin. They just want us to, like, admire the beauty of these characters. It really is a pretty language visually, you know? Nothing to go out of your way for, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing you always have to watch for with those food-giving pinks like that. Now, with something like, say, the kingfisher, like we saw in the last game, that one, it's like you're not totally guaranteed, but pretty much, it's such a high likelihood that you're getting a food every time. But always got to watch the timing of these. It's like, okay, when is my opponent going to take food actions? And when you see somebody keep one bird and take it and play the tree swallow, chances are they're not going to be activating the forest real soon. So I feel like, that's yeah. I get the idea of, like, if you're going to play it early so that you're not missing out on any food activations. But I don't know. I don't love that bird in this situation. Keeping it for I mean, okay, it gets you two food now, but I don't know. I feel like you could have kept the extra food and been okay with that anyway. So I'm not big on those food pinks early. I think in most cases, tree sparrow, yeah. Oh, hi. Oh, and perfect. You really wanted a crap bird there. Now you don't have to make a hard decision. Oh! Oh. Yeah, I mean, so that's the one of the like, the wagtail's brilliant, right? Because you get those extra turns, but as the round like, it can kind of constrain you or make these put you into some difficult choices here. Um, so yeah, they may ultimately decide that it's, not worth it to do the single draw, but I think it is, like, because they saw Orthalion pick up at least the coot, right? I don't know if they know if Orthalion has the ring-billed gull, but I think they, if I'm not mistaken, they did see the coot. Um, and so, mm. Yeah, and I kind of wonder. Sorry, go ahead. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that bush, like, you almost, almost couldn't have picked a better card out of the deck if you were Orthalion. Um, so yeah, I mean, I guess they were looking to get that hummingbird this time. So we kind of see what their plan was. I guess maybe in hindsight, when they when they think back on it, because always when Rule 16s happens, the hindsight the hindsight machine kicks on. But wondering, okay, well, maybe did I need to get that hummingbird right away or something? Maybe I could have uh gotten the Ringle down instead. I still would have had one food to get the hummingbird, and maybe I didn't need to grab it. I don't know, but it happened. And here we are. So the rest is Sims turns. What are we thinking here? Yeah, so maybe I think you set yourself up for now as I'm seeing I forgot they got that barn swallow. Maybe what you do is you lay eggs, you uh get the bush chit down, and then uh you can see or do they have enough turns for this or am I losing my mind? I sorry, they keep switching on the turns and I got crossed up. Okay, so never mind. Yeah, I guess uh no, 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 please. I got mixed up on the because the screens were switching around the turn counter. It was like I'm in the guy in the Clockwork Orange with like his eyes peeled back, you know? This is like I'm being tortured. Bingo. Hmm. Right. Right. Yeah, Sims in kind of a weird spot here, right? Because they don't want to take a food action like they don't want to take a food action that they don't have to. Um, but at the same time, like probably you figure your opponent's action is going to be uh, playing a bird because they did run that. I mean, they ran the hummingbird again for a reason, right? So I think if I'm Sim, I I just probably what I'm doing is going to the feeder. I'm not loving it, but I'm going to the feeder, grabbing a nectar, grabbing a worm, playing the bush chit with the wagtail, and then first turn next round. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say first turn of next round. Then I'm playing barn swallow before I do my draw action. But um, Simbot has has done the math and reminded me that uh, you know, I stopped doing good at math in about eighth grade. So. I played the Shield. Yeah, okay, that game. This game is long. Like that's a yeah. Now all we need is a hummingbird. Oh, yeah, yeah, common raven, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now at this well, it's so they take four. Yeah, they take four cards, right? They need one card to be able to run through the Golku Swallow gauntlet, right? So, so the and then the blackbird. So basically, it's weird. Like once the blackbird's filled up on eggs, it's actually not adding any value, which is kind of interesting. Um, right, exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I should say it's not. It is adding that value, which is what's important. But yeah, so you're drawing four. You tuck three, keep one to cycle. I mean, it's 6 points activation once the blackbird is full. So six times whatever. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I don't know how much. Yeah, see what I think. Yeah, I think you can. I think you can maybe hold 8 points when it's full, but how do you only have four cards and you have to keep one, right? So it would be you're tucking three of the four that you're drawing, and then you keep the one to tuck three times through the last. So I'm seeing six, but maybe I don't know. It's late for me, and I'm an old man, so uh, I'm an I'm an 80-year-old in a 40-year-old's body. Okay. Yeah, I mean, really, what you're yeah, okay. Mm. Right. Yeah, no, right? Yeah. Oh, well, there's another player in this game. Uh, yeah. So who had commentators try to like math a full tuck on their bingo card? Yeah, well, if you're never taking food again, you don't need the kiwi, right? So, hmm yeah, so thinking maybe how they sitting they're sitting at 5 on the EOR versus 2. Okay, so they're gonna win the EOR. So they could draw again. Um they could do another egg action, I think is probably fine. Um yeah, and then I guess drop the tanager for their next so they have that there for their there's your Raven. Um so they have yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. Yeah. Uh but so yeah, I guess if you're Sim, maybe yeah. I like drawing again here. I mean, you're gonna need more cards for Bush Chin anyway. You're gonna need more cards for your Eagle. Yeah, so I like another dig here. Um, and then yeah, guessing. Oh, they go for the quail and the grass. Okay, interesting. Yeah, there is, but you're gonna have to take another food activation soon here, I think, and you're again looking at a two food action rather than, I mean, if you let's say you want to keep the quail for your grassland, even if you want to do that, I mean, maybe drop the tanager, um, because then you can get potentially four food a pull. Plus, you need to get that nectar up in the forest anyway, where you just got to get something up there. So yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that action there. Yeah, I mean, he's got no food, they got no job. Birds' heads are falling off. You know, poor tree sparrow. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, what do you have up there now? I get you probably the white back is where you go then to help you get some food to play those wetland bombs. Sim's just messing with us at this point, I think. Yeah, I mean, they're still gonna have a couple extra turns to noodle with here for sure. Um, and it's like, what are you gonna take food? twice. It sounds like I'm threatening. I'm like, are you gonna do? Can't be the eagle though because of how the feeder sits, right? So it's gonna be yeah, potentially you get the spoonbill down, but then there again you are with, only a two food forest. Oh yeah. Can you just spare? Mhm. So it is, I think, after they play the Hawfinch. Or no, I'm sorry. They've already. I was thinking they needed to play a bird to. Well, but they're still going to want to hit the, nectar in the. I mean, Hawfinch is 6 points, or excuse me, not 6 points, 9 points right now. Um, just for making the nectar in the forest. So you could play Hawfinch, um, and then take food again for one of your wetland bombs. Which you're going to want to know that you're right now you're tied on nectar in the wetland, so being able to gain some additional nectar for that as well. And yet again, it looks like Sim is just telling me, "Shut up, dude. I know what I'm doing." Yeah, we've said that a lot this game, haven't we? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could just run one card. You could save yourself an extra card the entire game and then just tuck it through the chiff chaff at the end. So, if you wanted to protect against that possibility, you can do it. Um, mhm. Nice. Oh, the two. It's two. Is it? Well, it's not omnivore. Um, could it be? Could it be food web? What they have for food web? No, they had the. I think they had the barn swallow for food web. Yes. Or just find Benelli. I mean, that's the expert way to do it. Yeah. Oh, it might be ethologist. That's somebody was saying. That's it. Yeah, because it's an EE bonus card, and they've got ethologist in the grasslands, right? Because they hit it for 6. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, for wetland, I don't think so. I mean, because you got like no, you got like noisy minor, right? Um, but for wetland, I don't think so. Yeah, what are they at right now? They're at a lot, is what they're at. Yeah, so Sim, I'm gonna I wonder if Sim is like take the two food for the the golden eye, or I forget they got the swallow to cycle through though if they want to, but I don't know. I was just thinking like common golden eye because they're looking, if they're gonna play a bird here, they're gonna probably want it to be on two food. It's we're probably talking forest bird, right? So because right now that nectar is for grabs. So oh, Orthalion's game gave up there for a second. And all the tucking. There's too much tucking. I don't know, man. Try to. Have you ever tried to get an oyster catcher to draw from the deck? I mean, that's. Oh yeah, dude. That oyster catcher. That's like the most cursed bird. Eagle. I guess. I mean, but your action. What's your, your 1, 5, 6. Right. You got your 8 point grass. So you run that 3 times is 24 versus you run your glass. I mean, is eagle plus food combined like those two actions 16 points? It's not, right? So I think you just run your grass. Oh wait. Oh yeah. 3 eggs, I think. But yeah, point still stands. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, they must have had enough turns. I must have. What is? I don't know what's up with me in the turn counter. I can't read the turn counter tonight. Oh yeah, they won 3 EORs. They won. Oof. Yeah, that's tough. Oh yeah. Where to go? Yeah, but see, they've got to be like he's got to win by like 12 or something, right? Because of the nectar. Oh yeah, it's enough. Way brilliant match. Well done both. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. I mean, that's always the concern, right? Or one of the big concerns, in like in EE, Orthalion wins going away, right? But those that nectar factor of Oceania, and when you're running full tuck, the concern is always, right? Like, how am I going to compete for nectar because I'm just not doing food? And that's like, I mean, as you can see, like 13 points is a lot to yield, right? So, but yeah, they just smashed it. I mean, mash that tuck button, fast game, and to some extent for Orthalion, like at some point it becomes kind of a mindless game, right? You're just like mashing the tuck button. But nonetheless, a well constructed, well played game. It is, yeah, and we get a tired groove for game three, right? It's it's I don't know about you, I don't know where you. It's almost 10 o'clock where I am, uh, and I'm a guy who's like woken up by a toddler at 6 a.m. So I'm like, it's definitely tired groove time, but okay, brilliant. Well, cheers then. Yeah, I'm sorry for some reason I thought we got to do it again, man. Oh, that's right.
Sorry to disappoint, group. Hey, well done. Thanks
Yeah,
for
hey,
commentating. Hey,
amazing intro, by the way. Like, I loved it. Even hearing it again, I was still like getting pumped up. So no, no, man. But on our end, it was like you sold it. Even it's the sign of a great announcer, right? Is like, yeah, you know what you're gonna say, and you know it's coming, and you sold it anyway. So yeah.
thank you.
Cheers, Merg. What is up?
Hey, what is up? It sounds like you and I have some things in common. I just tucked some toddlers in and gonna try to stay awake and alert for this exciting third game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. No, mine's been out for a couple hours yet now, but yeah,
Well
she'll
done.
get
Well
mine
done.
bright and early. Yeah.
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 Great. Well, I'm
No.
excited to do this with you. It
Yeah.
looks like for game three, Sim will be going first.
That's what I hear. Yeah, and honestly, I don't even. I mean, I watched the whole game, and I don't know. I think my short term memory is like I'm like bordering fish, but um, yeah, that is what I hear. Uh, I don't even remember honestly what they won by, but I guess if the players agree, that's good enough for me. So, um,
Me too. I trust them both implicitly. No, the
yeah,
maths. That looks correct.
yeah. It's like, no, you two are the ones who have to have to deal with the consequences. So if you say go, then it's a go. But yeah, so going first. I mean, I think there's the endless debate about that. I've actually got I started, there was a recent kind of uh uptick or what have you in that whole going first, going second debate. So I'm like, you know what? Um I'm just gonna track a ton of games, and by a ton I mean 1,000.
You're
Take a
tracking
few more. I'm gonna
your own
track my
games,
own.
keeping data.
Yeah. So I'm gonna track 1,000. I'm 104 games in to my experiment. So
Okay, so by the end of the week, you'll probably
by the end of the week
yeah,
I'll have the
right?
information. I'll get it published and peer reviewed, and and yeah, then we can then it can be quoted in legal proceedings. Oh, but it's
It sounds like a blast.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
do please share it though. I know a lot of us would be really happy to review
Yeah,
and see that. That would be really fun.
yeah, so and I'm just keeping some basic things. So it's just, starting position, my score, opponent's score. And eventually, I'm gonna plug uh my opponent's elo in and my elo just to kind of control for that. But I'm not gonna bother doing that until the end because like the elo fluctuates so much anyway that
It
uh
does.
yeah, but
It does.
so far interesting
Yeah, what are your
numbers.
preliminary findings?
Yeah, yeah.
Too
Now
early?
let's not overinterpret